Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's practice where we will release tension in the hips through breath and deep hip opening poses. To begin, make your way into a comfortable standing position, feet planted firmly on the ground beneath you. We'll drop into our practice with a few rounds of deep breath. I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep inhale, filling the space of your belly, ribs, and your chest, and letting it go with a sigh. Let's do that again. Take a deep inhale into your belly, ribs, and chest, and let it go. Once more, inhaling fully, making this the deepest, fullest breath so far. When you get to the top, sigh it out. Beautiful job. Beginning to open up our hips, we'll widen the stance of our feet to a bit wider than hips width distance. You can place your hands on your hips if you'd like, and we'll begin with some hip circles. So keeping our feet firmly rooted on the ground, we'll inhale as we press our hips out to the side and forward in a semicircle. And as you exhale, complete the circle by pressing your hips back and around, connecting your breath to the movement. Again, feet are firmly planted. This movement is being guided and really followed through from your hips. When you're ready, you can switch directions of your hip circles, remaining connected to your breath as you move. And coming back through center, we'll come into a high lunge. So pivoting our left toes towards the top edge of the mat, raising up onto your back toes. We'll bend into our left knee, reaching the arms up overhead. You can find some movement bouncing up and down gently as you settle into this pose. Deepen your breath as you feel this beautiful opening and stretch in the front of your hip. From here, we'll transition into Anjaneyasana, a low lunge. So you can wiggle your toes forward and back, creating space. And lowering your right knee down onto the mat. You can untuck your back toes and lower your hands to rest them on top of your left thigh. Breathing as you melt your hips forward and down, deepening that stretch. From here, shift your hips back, extending your left leg straight, finding a nice gentle stretch in your hamstring as we're warming up the body for the rest of our practice. Shifting forward, bending into your knee. We'll place the right hand on the inside of your left foot and inhale to twist. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Your gaze follows to your fingertips. Releasing your left hand down, we'll pivot our toes towards the long edge of our mat, using our hands to walk ourselves over and around into our wide-legged forward folds. Allow your head and your neck to hang heavy here, finding a nice opening in your hamstrings. Breathing into this deep release. And when you're ready, slowly lift yourself up to standing. We'll take it to the other side. Pivoting so your right toes are pointing towards the back edge of your mat, lifting up onto your left toes, bending into your right knee. Arms reach up. You can find a gentle bounce if you'd like as you settle into the stretch. Breathing deeply and creating space between your legs, sliding your feet forward and back. So we lower our knee into Anjaneyasana. Your hands can come to rest on top of your thigh as you melt your hips forward and down. Breathing deeply. Staying present with the sensations you're feeling in this stretch. And from here, extending your leg long, shifting your hips back as you fold over your leg, finding that nice hamstring stretch. Rebending into your right knee, shifting forward. We'll plant our left hand onto the mat. And inhale to twist, right arm reaches up to the sky as your gaze follows. Releasing your hand back down, lifting up and pivoting your toes towards the long edge of your mat and walking yourself around into your wide-legged forward fold once more. Hanging heavy, finding that deep release in your hamstrings. Stay connected to your breath. And when you're ready, slowly lifting yourself back up to standing. We will continue flowing through each side once more with some slight variations. Coming into our high lunge, pivot your left toes to face forward and rising up onto your right toes behind you. Bending into your knee, arms reaching up overhead. Settling here, feet pressing down firmly into the mat for support. Breathe. From here, creating some space between your feet and lowering yourself into an Anjaneyasana, low lunge. This round, you have the option to lower your knee once more or remain lifted. Wherever you are, stay connected to your breath, breathe deeply. Transitioning into our twist, right hand rests on the inside of your left foot and inhale to twist. You have the option to stay here, or if you'd like to come into a deeper twist, we'll roll onto the outside of our feet and lower our hips down towards the right, extending your arm to reach behind you, finding a nice opening on the outer edges of our hips. Breathe here. And transition back, lifting up and out, walking your hands over, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Finding that deep release as you hang heavy with your upper body. And when you're ready, slowly lifting up, transitioning to the other side. Right toes point to the back of your mat, coming into your high lunge. Holding strong and steady. From here, creating space between your legs, coming into your Anjaneyasana low lunge. Reminder that you can lower your knee or remain lifted here. Breathe deeply. And when you're ready for your twist, lower your left hand to the inside of your right foot and inhale your right arm up to the sky. Again, you have the choice. You can stay here. If you'd like, you can shift onto the outer edges of both of your feet as you lower your hips down, reaching your right fingers back towards your left foot. Coming back up and out and shifting over to the side for your wide-legged forward fold. Come back to deep inhales and exhales as you hang heavy. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up to standing. From here, we'll begin to take it down onto the mat. You can heel toe your feet to just slightly wider than hips width distance. Heels in, toes pointed out. We will lower into our Malasana Yogic squat. Can inhale to reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing your hands down to heart center as you begin to bend into your knees and lower your hips down towards the ground. Making any adjustments here, only lowering down as far as feels comfortable for you. You're welcome to use your hands for support and lower them onto the mat in front of you. breathing deeply wherever you are. Feeling this beautiful opening. If you'd like, you can find some movement to maybe create some more space. Bringing your hands down in front of you and shifting side to side. Just taking note of how it feels. And from here, we'll bring our hands to support us as we lower down into a seated position. Bringing the soles of our feet together, knees wide, for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Hands to your ankles or your feet. Inhale to extend your spine, reaching up with the crown of your head, and exhaling to fold over your legs. Maybe you use your elbows to press gently into your legs, finding a deeper stretch in your hips. Wherever you are, remaining present, keeping your awareness internally, in your body, as you breathe deeply and let it go. Can gently lift yourself up and out. From here, we'll bring the soles of our feet onto the ground with our knees up to the sky. Finding some windshield wiper movements. Can lower your knees down to one side and up through center and over to the other side. You're welcome to move at your own pace here. Maybe hanging out with your knees lowered, one side or the other. Just noticing how this movement feels as you flow back and forth. Remain connected to your breath. And we'll keep our knees down onto one side and find a nice extension and deep opening in our hips. You can bring your front leg, bending your knee at a 90-degree angle, bringing your back leg out to the side, also bent at a 90-degree angle in alignment with your hip. From here, you can remain lifted if this feels like a nice deep stretch. Or if you'd like, begin walking your hands over your front leg, folding over slightly. You're welcome to modify this in any way, slightly adjusting your legs to a place that feels a bit more comfortable, but where you're still getting a nice stretch and opening. Follow the breath as you hold. You can gently press yourself up and out, and we'll switch to the other side. "90-degree bends in both of your legs. Remaining lifted or lowering onto your forearms, folding over your front leg. Again, make any modifications, any subtle movements that make this feel a little bit more comfortable for you. And as you feel settled, come back to your breath. Gently lifting yourself up and out. We'll bring our legs behind and underneath us, coming onto all fours, transitioning into our frog pose. In this pose, we'll begin to gently walk our knees out wider on the mat, finding a 90-degree bend in our knees. Only spreading your knees as far as feels comfortable, and you find that deep stretch. You're welcome to remain lifted on your hands. If you feel the space and you can go a little bit deeper, you can lower onto your forearms. This stretch can often be very intense, so remain present, breathe deeply. The true magic of yoga happens through the breath and the inner journey of the postures, rather than the physical completion of them. Breathe through any deep tension or tightness, and allow yourself to relax even through this discomfort. When you're ready, gently press yourself up and slowly walk your knees underneath your body. We will come into a child's pose, hips melted over your heels, arms reaching forward as you rest your forehead down. Breathing deeply. Allow yourself to relax. When you're ready, gently press yourself up. Palms planted on the mat. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. You can walk it out, bending into your knees and shifting your hips from side to side. Staying here for just a moment. And when you're ready, shifting your right knee forward behind your right wrist, lowering your leg, extending the left leg behind you, coming into pigeon pose. Making any adjustments, taking a moment to remain lifted with your chest, breathing into the space you're creating in your hips. And if you'd like, you can lower down fully onto your forearms. Finding ourselves in another deep hip opener. A gentle reminder to remain present in your body and follow your breath in and out. Knowing that you are okay, you are safe, you can relax here. When you're ready, gently press yourself up and out, lifting yourself back into your downward facing dog, taking any movements that you need. Before taking it to the other side, left knee comes behind your left wrist, lowering down into your pigeon, remaining lifted with your chest for a moment as you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly melting forward and down. There's nowhere you have to be except for right here, right now in this moment with yourself. Breathe deeply. Come back to your breath. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up and out of your pigeon, finding your downward dog for just a moment. And when you're ready, walking your feet forward and lowering yourself down onto the mat, coming to lie on your back. You can hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side. You'll find a figure 4 stretch, placing the soles of your feet down onto the mat and bending your knees. We'll cross our right ankle on top of the left thigh. You can use your right hand to press your right thigh away from you. If you'd like to find a different variation of the stretch, you can interlace your hands behind your left thigh and pull your legs in closer to you. Keeping your legs where they are will allow them to fall over to the left side, finding a gentle twist. There's no need to force anything or accomplish anything in particular here. Just allow your legs to fall as they naturally do. Remain connected to your breath in this gentle, gentle twist. And I invite you to find some soft, loving touch with yourself. Maybe rubbing your hands on your hips or your thigh. We'll come back through center and switch to the other side. Left ankle on top of your right thigh, pressing your leg away or pulling your legs in closer to you. Keeping your legs where they are, allow them to gently fall over to the right, finding your soft twist. Allowing your body to soften and relax. And again, maybe you invite some gentle, loving touch with yourself. From here, you can come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. If you'd like, you can find Happy Baby, grabbing the outsides of your feet with your hands and lifting your feet up to the sky as you open up through your hips one last time. When you feel ready, you can release your feet. Allow your legs to extend long for our final resting pose, Shavasana. As you soften and relax every muscle in your body, take one final deep breath in and a full breath out. Take the next few minutes to be still, to fully unwind. When you're ready, gently bringing movement back into your body. Maybe finding a full body stretch. And remaining where you are, I invite you to bring your hands into a prayer pose in front of your third eye, the point between your eyebrows. Take a moment of reflection on your practice and extend deep gratitude to your body, your breath, your spirit, and this moment. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for being here today and joining me. If you enjoyed this practice, it would mean so much to me if you shared this video with a loved one, liked or commented, and of course subscribed for more content just like this. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.